Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Beginnings here, and today I have a TeeMee guide for you guys. It's a bit different from my normal gameplay videos. I'll get into that in 2 seconds. So as you can see, my Arcana is pretty standard across multiple supports. This build is where it gets kind of confusing. So you're gonna start with the Water Stone, and then you're going to build your Hermes boots, your Knight's Plate, and your Belt of Clarity. And after you finish that, you should be around level 8, 9, 10, depending on how ahead you are in game and how often you are able to proc your Water Stone stacks. And after that, you're going to want to go ahead and sell your Water Stone and build either Ring of the Fiend or the shield support item. And then after you finish your shield support item or ring, whichever one, you're going to go ahead and want to upgrade your Knight's Plate into an Aegis and your Belt of Clarity into a Gaia's. Then you will build Mail of Pain, and followed by the Revive item. It's a bit complicated, which is why I'm going a little bit more in depth with it. I figured I wouldn't be able to get all of that information to one picture. TeeMee is a very unique support. You play him unlike basically any other support. He gives your team so much gold, so you want to farm with your allies basically. We have a Morin and a Sephara jungle and mid respectively, and that is important because it is going to strongly affect the way that we play. Our jungle and mid lane are both very not early game, they are late game as hell. So we're not going to be able to make very many aggressive plays early. Our main goals right now are just going to be to help our mid laner clear, because Sephara has a very poor clear speed. As you can see, she's already pushed under tower. We can go ahead and help her out here because we do have Waterstone. She will still hit level 2 off of those minions because the Waterstone stack gives bonus XP and gold. See, we're just going to come through here again and help her clear. We made sure that nobody was invading our red already, and we did see that they started blue side. Again, just playing passive, you can see I'm not really playing into the river, even though it doesn't really matter since their support seems to be duo laning. Yes, we do have an Errol dragon lane. Morin's first clear is pretty slow. Morin's first few clears, rather, are pretty slow. His early game doesn't really do much. Level 4 is a pretty powerful power spike for bush camping, but outside of that, you're not really going to win a straight up fight. You can see we are still helping our mid laner clear. Sephara is a pretty late game hyper carry, and so is Morin. So that's why we are playing passive. We can't really push any lanes or like pressure any lanes. We're literally just moving around the map to farm. Our passive does give 20% bonus gold to our allies whenever they kill a minion. That plus the extra gold from Waterstone means that we are going to be giving tons of gold. You see we get Tool and Flicker out because our Lumber Darkslayer lane rotates up. Thane and Slims are trying to establish dominance over this dragon area, and we are going to let them. You see Batman was there as well and ulted the Sephara. Batman does get chunked out pretty nicely, but you can see our Morin isn't here because fighting early on Morin is a bad idea. Instead, he just went and took some jungle camps, and then we cleared mid together. Here, we could take dragon, but our Morin wants to finish his jungle clear instead. Errol starts this jungle camp, but instead lets it reset. Again, you can see we are playing passive. Pretty soon here, instead of helping our mid, we are going to babysit our jungler. And that's because we are going to be giving him so much gold. He's going to become an actual hero pretty soon, you will see. See, instead of chasing Thane, just gonna stick around this Morin. I have 2 stacks on my Waterstone. I'm gonna start charging my stun because I see the Batman is ulting. We do see him throw a battering up here at the Sephara, but he misses, and he does use his ult. They have 4 people in that bush. It is a good thing we did not face check that. We are just creating space for our Morin to farm as much as he can. We're only 3.5 minutes into this game. I would say that Morin is approximately 1/4 of a hero right now. Unfortunately, Lumber misses his ultimate, but we do get a nice stun, and he does still die. Our Morn is level 7 right now. That is pretty good. He's 2 whole levels ahead of us. And we're going to try to time our recall, so we stick around for this bird, just for the extra gold. Every little bit matters. 20% doesn't sound like a lot, but 10,000 versus 12,000 gold, that is a pretty significant difference. Sephara is at their blue, and we are going to go for it. At this point, we can start going aggressive because we got through Morin's first few clears, and their team has started to roam a lot because they took the top tower. They just don't really know what to do with it. Morin is under the tower, but he is fine. I don't have to walk up. You see the Tulin does ult me, doesn't really do anything. We're just going to take what camps we can, and we definitely should have left a lot sooner. This is way overstaying, definitely way too aggressive. We do get 2 kills, but that's honestly just because our enemies are kind of bad. We really just want to be farming. We did play more in TeeMee against Nova EU in the Valor series finals / AWC qualifiers. And you can see it does look like Nova EU is ahead a lot of the early game, but it's really just the fact that we are running more in TeeMee Sephara. It's early game is pretty bad just because TeeMee is the only strong early game there, but his strengths help balance out the weaknesses of the Morin and Sephara. Not only that, but the power farming capabilities that picking TeeMee gives your team is insane. I don't think he's the best solo queue support just because he's very reliant on your team for carries. I would say he's better in trio, especially when you have an ADC jungler or a hyper carry mid laner like Kali, Sephara, Tulin maybe even. We did see Batman's ult pop up for a second there, and he does throw out his Batarang. We're just going to go ahead and block the Tulin ult and make sure that our Morin is fine. He does have quite a few stacks, so he's not going to be taking too much damage right now. We're just, again, farming. Nothing crazy. We're going to push this tower because it's given to us. You can see we're not going overly aggressive besides that one play bot, which was honestly kind of a misplay. We're just going to take their jungle camps when we can, and I'm going to stick around so my team does get that extra gold. Tulin definitely oversteps and gets deleted. Right now, we should be going for the topside jungle. But Batman does show up and he outplays me like crazy here. I thought he was going to ult onto the Sephara, and since she does not have ult, I use it for her. Instead of stunning that Xanus, I knew Sephara would be fine. I choose to stun the 3 so Morin can walk away. Batman thinks he's going to kill Morin, but it does not work. He does pop his ult a bit later, so he does get the kill onto Sephara, but it's okay. I mean, it was a 1-for-1. And you can see I'm a little bit surprised by the fact that he didn't ult. He did play that very well. I didn't need to recall there at all. I should have gone top with the Morin. You can see our Morin's entire jungle is up, and so he's going to start clearing that soon. And like I mentioned in the build part of this video, I did sell my Waterstone at level 9. And I'm going to start building towards my ring. You can see our Morin has so much gold at this point. You can pause it at one of these times that I tab. You can see he is quite a bit ahead of the enemy jungle and basically anyone on our team, except for maybe Sephara. She's probably a little bit closer than him. I should have gone back and helped them clear that just for the extra gold, but I will help them clear mid instead. And we will walk into their blue side. I don't think anything's up right now. Oh, there goes the blue. And we do see Batman top, so we know that this is free. We don't have to stress about getting the blue buff right away since Batman is top. But we definitely should not be overstaying. We can clear this wave, which is fine, but we need to make sure we are being efficient with our time and our gold farming capabilities. We do eventually kill that blue. Thane, way out of position, does die here. Sucks for him. Lumber ults the Slims, but we can't really follow it up because he is under tower. We will take this tower because Sephara does have immunity and heals, and we do have 2 tanks. Like I mentioned before, this game is literally just about making sure nothing crazy happens early game. Xanus tries to surprise our Morin, but it doesn't work out. Making sure nothing crazy happens early game. Morin like I mentioned, he's probably a glorified cannon minion, I would say. If not, maybe a little bit worse, until he hits level 4. And even once he hits level 4, he's probably like a super minion. I'm going to continue to give you guys a little bit of insight into TeeMee picks. Like I said before, 20% gold doesn't seem like a lot, but 10,000 versus 12,000, it's a pretty big deficit. And that only continues to grow as the game continues, right? Like 10,000 gold, that's a really low amount of gold for a team to have. But when you start getting into like the 20,000s and the 30,000s, like that gold that you're generating for your team, it's nothing to be scoffed at whatsoever. Especially if you're camping in the jungle with your jungler. Your passive does work on jungle minions, but the Waterstone passive does not. That is something important to keep in mind. You need to consciously and intelligently split your time between lane and jungle. You can see I was running around the map a lot, mostly staying around the mid because our Sephira versus Tulin, he's going to outclear her. We do not want to give him a large priority over rotations because he will make plays on the map, and you don't want that. A snowballing Tulin is a really bad thing for a late game team comp. He will make winning the game a lot harder. I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary, and if you guys would like to see more videos like this in the future, let me know in the comments for sure. I'm sorry I didn't focus too much on the gameplay, but TeeMee is a pretty complicated hero, so I thought it was fit. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. See you.